3, 2, 1, go. Pimple. Coming 2008, only 4 weeks.
What is in the box?
We wanna know.
What is in the box?
Kitty Q. Kitty Q.
What is in the box?
Kitty Q!
Is it dead or is it living? Kitty Q.
What is in the box?
We wanna know.
Kitty Q.
I was born in a time when we ignored the signs that we were given. Song of Bloom.
Crack the stars to crack the joke. It's a beautiful joke. It's the longest joke in the world. Crank it up, crank up the game. It's the crankiest game with the bounciest butt in the world. It's Bouncy Butt, cracking the stars, cracking the joke. It's the longest joke, the longest joke in the world. Is it worth your time? Is it worth your wait? Of course it is, and only 99 cents on Playdate.
Music on, microphone on. Let's switch to my big old face. There it is. Oh my god, it's too big. But I need something to go to before we just throw Philip right in the middle of the screen. How's it going, everybody? What you just saw were all of Philip's games, paper crafts, apps. Narthex, how's my audio before I continue? I'm always so paranoid. We saw all of the many, many things Philip, aka Kamibox, has worked on. And I'm so excited to talk with him. I've only just said hi to him for the first 5 minutes before the show, besides going back and forth in email. Many of you might have a Playdate, but I know all of you in the chat have seen his game either on Itch or in Discord or on Twitter. It is a joke that's worth 99 cents, and it is a delight. And let's find out all about that game. But without further ado, I'm going to unmute you, Philip. Get ready. I have so much going on over here. There's so many windows all happening off one little laptop and a couple monitors. All right, Philip, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome. I can hear you.
Hello from the void.
Yes, 1 second. Let me see if... I don't think Zoom allows me to raise your volume at all, which is something we'll just have to work with. But let's bring Philip in. I'm going to turn the music down a bit. And here he comes without further ado. Ta-da! Yeah, we did it! It's working! Everybody say hi to Philip. This is Philip. Philip made a joke that's worth 99 cents, and all the amazing apps and projects and videos that we saw a second ago. Say hi, Philip. Let's check your audio.
Hi.
Can everybody hear Philip okay? Philip, can you say the title of your Playdate game?
The title of my Playdate game is a joke that's worth 99 cents.
How was that audio? Hajama, Narthex, my audio crew. How was that? Can everybody hear him okay before we continue? Audio is great. Awesome. Okay, let me set up one more thing. Down here, we have to credit the music we are listening to. Oh, but I don't think it's gonna work. Anyway, this is Fighting Island, everybody. The music you're listening to is Fighting Island. Let me pull up Tuna. Let me see if it's working. Start! Tuna is running. Alright, well, I guess it doesn't want to show. It's okay. Moving on. This is the amazing music by Fighting Island. Alright, so let's start this interview. Again, everybody, the first hour of the show is going to be the interview with Philip. And then after, we'll go into Playdate news. We'll go into looking at some upcoming games, depending on timing. I haven't figured out the timing yet. I don't know those of you that actually caught the first show. The first show was amazing. We had the creators of Bloom on, but we lost the video on demand. I screwed it up. I did not enable the VODs, and that is all my fault. So I hope to get them back again someday. But the first show was great, and I'm still figuring this out. I'm so happy to have Philip here. He's in Germany. He's staying up very late for us. So let's get this started.
It's bedtime here.
Yes.
Definitely.
He might fall asleep on us, but we'll wake him up if he does. All right. So let's start. I guess, Philip, after going through all of your games, I clearly immediately realized so many talents that you have. You have papercraft. You have really fun videos that I saw that were from very long ago. How long ago was that Zelda video, for example?
Oh, that Zelda video. I think it was really when the Nintendo DS came out.
That's awesome.
So this was all before I studied. And when I actually studied what I was doing there, I just stopped doing it and made video games.
I love it.
So I stopped doing papercraft and I stopped doing 3D animation.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but when was that? Maybe 15 years ago?
Wow.
Is that possible?
Yeah, when I started researching all your stuff, I saved YouTube for last. I just started in the App Store and downloaded everything. But when I found your YouTube and I went to the very bottom, That's where I identified you with you the most, because you were still like a gamer. You're still like a fan gamer then, I think, before you were actually making games, which is, I think, awesome for us that don't make games, that we can connect through you through like old Wii videos and old Zelda videos. If we have time, I'm gonna show off that full Zelda video. It's great. It's a parody video he made. Let's start with this. Tell me about your upbringing with video games. What were sort of your favorites? What are your classic go-to games? Were you a big handheld gamer? Tell me about sort of growing up with video games.
The first thing I was really excited for was the Nintendo DS. Everything before that was more or less passing by. So I think everyone had that friend who had an N64 in their basement.
Yep.
Yeah. I never had an N64, but I also had that friend. I remember when I saw what was it called? It was for kids. It was pretty.
Are we talking a game or a system?
Scary game.
Oh, a game for N64.
So I puked on their stairs because I was so afraid of that game.
Oh my gosh!
So it probably was better that I never had an N64. My sister had a GameCube, so I played a lot of Crazy Taxi there.
Yes, that was great.
That was really great. And I started probably with Pokemon Yellow on the Game Boy.
Nice.
And then Tony Hawk's Pro Skater on the Game Boy Advance.
Oh wow! I didn't know there was a mobile handheld version of Tony Hawk.
Oh yeah, it had this isometric perspective.
Okay.
Really charming. I really do think this is one of the best ports from non-mobile to mobile.
I think this gives us our first opportunity to go into the watch mode together. Let's see how it's looking. Okay. Let me fix my chat here. For some reason, all my chat boxes are acting up today. Apologies. But while he's talking about things, I can bring them up. I've never even seen... let's see. Where is that Firefox window? One second, everybody. There it is. Okay. So let's go over here. Got a lot of stuff going on. What if I do that? Nope. Let's keep it over here. How's that looking? Oh, I'm going to move this over here. Everything's okay, everybody. It's going to work out. Yes. All right. So, Tony Hawk, continue, my friend. I'm so sorry to interrupt.
I recently played the latest Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 on the Switch. And this kind of sent me back to the times when I played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 on the Game Boy Advance. So I knew I have seen these maps before, but it just was from these isometric perspectives.
Nice.
And that was really some kind of retro wave just hitting straight in the face, even though I don't feel that old.
So is this is this what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Wow, I had no idea this existed. And look at it, it's like real chunky. I didn't expect that. It's got almost like a PlayStation vibe. That's really cool. Nice. I love that.
They really made that brilliantly on the Game Boy Advance.
Wow, that's cool. And I love that crazy taxi sticks out in your mind. I want to another time. I really want to find out what game made you puke on N64.
I think give me 10 minutes and then I remember the name.
It's all good. Let's see what else. What is next on my question? So, what are you playing now? Let's talk about that.
The last thing that I was playing was the new Stanley Parable on. It just came out on Switch.
Right.
So I downloaded it and started playing it because everybody expects me to have played Stanley Parable, but in fact I didn't. So I had to download it immediately and play it. And it's,
why do they expect you to play
anything else, but
Stanley Parable?
Awesome.
Why do people expect you to? Why do you think that is?
Because it is the indie game.
I haven't played it myself. I think I've been too busy with Playdate. What else are you playing? Anything else right now?
Today or yesterday, the new Zach Gage game came out. Not Words.
Not words? Okay.
Or KNOT.
Okay.
Not Words. For iOS and Android. And I already saw the presentation that.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of this. I've seen this everywhere. Yeah.
Where they were, announcing it kind of, and I think that works just so well on mobile, and they explain so well how they came to that idea and how they developed it further. And I can really imagine this is something that people play every day because it's just so so fluent to play and just so easy to pick up. Yeah, I love everything about it.
We have a couple questions for you in the chat, and thank you, Wallace. I did lower the music a bit. Ask him if he means the original game or the Ultra Deluxe. Which
the Ultra Deluxe game?
Is that Tony Hawk that they're talking about?
Stanley Parable.
Oh, Stanley Parable. Okay.
I wish I could read that, but it's too. The resolution is too tiny on.
Sorry.
Zoom.
Yeah. Radstronomical's here. Hi, Diego. The developer of Casual Birder is in the chat right now as well. Everybody say hi to Diego.
Nice. Diego.
He's Radstronomical. Let me see. Let me make sure I haven't missed anything else from other people. Let's see. Okay, the cube has a 99 cents question, but we'll get to that. Let's keep it going. I'm going to stay on track because time is ticking and your midnight oil is also burning. Let's start about the very
seconds to say that that Casual Birder was just mwah. I loved playing it. I played it in one rush and found every bird except of one, and then I asked Diego where to find that bird, and he told me, and then my book was full and the game was finished, and it was a delight.
Oh man, that's great. I don't have my Playdate yet, so I can't really chat with you about it. I haven't spoiled it too much. I am aware. What's that? Yeah. I can tell that it is a hit and it's the kind of game that I'm gonna really enjoy. But yes, I haven't joined you yet with the Playdate, unfortunately. Atari, what's going on? All right, so when did you decide to start making video games? You said you were kind of in that YouTube video game phase where you were making lots of animation videos. When did you decide that you wanted to make video games?
The very first video game that I made was what you already saw in the trailer that you put together so nicely. It was the game with the frog, where you have to hit beside the phone and then the frog is carried through the level.
What a great first game, especially using the context of the accelerometer or, that's amazing. That was your very first game. I was trying to find that because that was the one that was like really appealing to me. Obviously, it's really old probably by now.
It got lost in one of these 30 whatever bit updates. I'm really not a tech guy.
Yeah,
I just watched them go and then kiss them goodbye. The
great Apple purge that's about to come. That's not going to bother you, is it? Because you're used to that. They're gonna purge all of the apps, I heard, again, if they haven't been updated in like 2 years or something. I did read in one of your interviews that you're a little more focused on, if the game stops working, then so be it. It had its time.
I have about 20 games, and I really can't update all of them with new content and with everything that the new regulations of European Union and stuff comes on, and nobody knows what's going on and stuff. So I try to not keep on making small games and a lot of them. So I try to keep making larger games that I don't have to update that often, because then eventually I will come to a live phase where I'm just updating more than I'm creating, and this is kind of boring.
Yeah. Wait, which part was boring? What you're talking about?
When my life consists only of updating.
Oh yes.
games.
Okay, good. Just making sure. Yeah. I agree with you. I would like you to focus your efforts on gaming and creating new games instead of repairing old ones, especially the Playdate games. Especially those. Those are ones that I really would like you to make. All right,
It's
back to
actually really fun to make Playdate games, so I really can imagine that I keep on making those.
yeah. So I'll jump ahead then. Let's talk about the Playdate. When did you first hear about it, and what did you think of it when you first saw it?
Oh, that was really long ago. When did they announce it? Probably more than
Like
2
2 or 3 years
or
ago.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
I
found
think
out just sort of like everybody else when they released videos or the first press release or whatever.
Yeah, I think so. It felt like the very first press release. And I think I was intrigued pretty fast, because I'm really the one person that you can catch with artificial limitations, because I don't think that the mass of possibilities that you have, I mean, everything's possible. With the new PlayStation 100, you can make hyper realistic humans, but this takes so much effort. And when you have the Playdate, you have so many limitations that you really have to focus on ideas, and it's not so much a task of effort than it is of innovation and ideas, and how to avoid those limitations is something that I'm very much more interested in than making games where everyone expects them to be realistic, where the physics must be great or something like that. So
Right.
I was intrigued pretty fast, and what to do with the crank, of course, that's everyone's dream.
Yeah.
Every indie developer dreams of a new input that he can read out.
Right. So I have so many questions about that. So when did you? Let's start with this. When did you decide that you wanted to make a Playdate game? How quickly was that, and then how did you even go about it? Did you contact Panic? Did you wait for the SDK like many other people? How was that kind of process? And everybody in the chat, I do see your questions. I will get to them. I promise. I'm going to stay on the topic first, though.
I immediately wanted to make something, and I think I immediately contacted them, but it was maybe a year ago or so where I got my Playdate, because I had to contact them again. Of course, the resonance was huge and they couldn't handle that. So I contacted them again sometime later. They liked the stuff that I was doing until that point. So they sent me an early version at a time where all the season 1 games were already
Okay.
yeah,
I got you.
given. So I wanted to make something that you can purchase, because I didn't know at that point, will they have like an app store for Playdate, or
Right.
what will the pricing model be? And I think all these thoughts about the monetization made me come up with, let's let the game be about the monetization.
I love it. Okay, so now we're on the game. Did you immediately, was this the very first prototype that you did? Is this the first idea that you had for Playdate, or did this come after a few other prototypes or other ideas that you kind of scrapped?
I think the first idea was to balance other random stuff on the crank. I immediately had that image of the Playdate
like
where you turn the
other
crank
food like
inside.
bacon and
I did want something wobbly, like
Yes.
a sausage, or I had the same guy in mind, but just lying like half dead and flat, and where you push around. But they didn't have a physics engine,
right.
so I'm not that good at math, so I had to come up with something that's not so physically demanding. And I wrote a small physics engine. Well, it's just the bouncing up
Right.
and down and pushing him. But I don't think I could have written a wobbly physics engine.
Yeah,
But it was enough for a bouncy butt.
yeah. That's one thing I've noticed about many of your games is physics, gravity, collisions, and I immediately wondered what that process was like for you to get that into the Playdate, and what did you write? I am not a developer, so forgive me if this is a dumb question, but what did you write your physics language in? Like what language, or did you have to create your own sort of, or import some sort of script in? How does that work? How did you get your physics engine into the Playdate?
So I've never learned programming. I've studied design, and everything that I've learned about programming is Flappy Bird YouTube tutorials.
Yeah, nice.
And the very
Love it.
first game that I made, the one with the frog, I've learned a very easy language for that, which was by chance also Lua.
Mm-hmm.
And today I can code best in Lua.
Oh,
I
that's
can do a bit
great.
of
That's
C#
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, but Lua I like most, and so this was a perfect fit for Playdate, and I do think that Lua is a perfect language for everyone who wants to get into programming, because it's super fast, it's super easy, and it's just a perfect fit for Playdate. So I was pretty happy that they support Lua.
Mm-hmm.
They support two languages, which is Lua and C. I have no idea of C, whatever that means.
Yep.
So I was able to play around a bit with coding with Lua.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say I developed a physics engine, that means more or less that I have this circle, and the circle represents the guy with the bouncy butt, and I have a line, and the line represents the crank.
Nice.
And then I calculate in which angle the circle hits the line, and at which angle it has to be reflected.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
then the gravity comes to play, that pulls you down with times 9.8 whatever. Yeah, it's math. In the end, it's math.
Nice. There's some fun comments in the chat. Back to your sausage prototype. Let me get back to it. Oh, the chat's moving fast now. Now it's hard for me to scroll. Let's see. A fluffy sausage man. That's a perfect inspiration. We got some sausage emoji. Ben Monster TV. Good to see you. Ben Monster TV had Diego on their show last night. I'm glad the game is not sausage difficulty, says Diego.
Yeah.
Pajama says, wobbly sausage would be a great name for a game, though. Ooh, that could be the fourth in your series of food games, Philip.
Someone made a sausage game before I could.
Sausage is taken. Is in 6ATOOOO? I know your icon is a cat in Discord. Should I be saying Gato is your name? Am I pronouncing that right with the 6ATO? They said that not sausage difficulty yet. That's coming in the DX version. So DX version of 99 cents. Why is it so great when Philip says bouncy butt? Pajama likes when you say bouncy butt. Well, that's coming next. Let's talk about Mr. Bouncy Butt. what is the origin of Mr. Bouncy Butt? And may I say, when playing with all of your sprites, I am super impressed for when you have his legs go way above in the air and all that's showing are the two cheeks hanging way down low. Let me see if I can find it in the opening video. There's one round of sprites where it's his cheeks. Oh, there it is. There it was. Look at that. Look how low those cheeks are and how high those legs are, baby. Look at that. That is one
he's flying at
luscious bouncy butt. So where did this guy come from? How did you concept him? And then I'm going to bring it into Lorraine next. I would love to talk about how she actually brings a lot
Lorraine
to this character from the song alone. But let's talk about Mr. Bouncy Butt. Where did he come from?
So I've heard this joke. It was probably also like 15 or 20 years ago from one of my best friends. And he told me that joke. It was not exactly this joke, but it was a version where the actual joke is that it is so long that you just can't take it. It's just a 15 minutes long joke, and it's not even that funny. And that's what makes it funny.
Yes, I think there's actually a movie about it. The South Park creators made a movie about, I think there's a name for it. Does anybody in chat know? Because it's immediately what I thought of too. And this movie's like 10 years old or something, but it's a documentary interviewing all these comedians about this joke that never ends and like why it's funny. So I think, The Aristocrats. That's Ben Monster got it. So I know what you're thinking of, and yes, that's awesome. All right, continue. So when you heard this joke, when you thought of this,
I adapted it a bit for the Playdate, because as I said on the Playdate, the idea is more important than the execution. That's why it looks so. Yeah, in my case, it looks a bit crappy. Everything is drawn with the mouse on the computer. I love it.
Same with my show icon, by the way. That's how you and I connect. We've both drawn Playdates with our hand and ran with it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Steal Your Face, for that idea, by the way. Anyway, continue.
So in the joke, three things happen. And in the original version, it's kind of boring things that happen. So I had to adapt this joke a bit for the Playdate, and one of the things were that the guy is tiny. Another thing was that he's bouncing, and he has to bounce because otherwise there wouldn't be a game.
Right.
So I just didn't want to have just a bouncing ball, or in the very first version he sat on a bouncing ball, the one with the
nice
sticks where you hold your hand.
Yeah.
It didn't look that great, and it's not so. It's just not so emotional and so funny if he's using a tool to bounce. It's a bit funnier if his fate is to bounce forever, because if he had this bouncing ball, he could just throw it away, and then he wouldn't bounce forever.
And that's a whole other physics thing you got to write for the ball. Right.
And now it's just his fate to bounce. And that was the third thing, that he's bouncing forever.
So let's talk about the butt, Philip. Where's the butt come from? Your next idea was just like give him a huge butt, and we'll talk about.
Well, that's the bounciest part of your body, probably. I couldn't think of another one.
Awesome. I love it. All right. Well, let's talk about Lorraine, because let me start by saying this. For those of you who haven't played the game or at least watched the trailer more than once, I think only after I watched the trailer twice, I've been running around my house while I'm cooking, doing dishes, singing the song at the loudest possible way I can. None of my family knows what I'm talking about, but I'm just like, The bounciest butt in the world. I'm just doing my dishes. It's so addicting. It's in my head. I can't get it out of my head. So that, first off, applauses for that. The music is very, very infectious. But at the same time, it gives Mr. Bouncy Butt like a backstory. The sort of trailer song. I love it, and I just love that he now has, like, Mr. Bouncy Butt is his name, and there's so many lyrics in that song that is great. Yes, Lorraine is here. Thank you for being here, Lorraine. And so let's talk about how you two met. I know your other game, Kitty Q, has some really good music in that too. How often do you work with other music artists? Do you make music yourself? We'll start there, and then we can bring it into Lorraine.
I can't make music myself, which I thought was a pity, because one of the games that inspired me the most was Tiny Wings.
Oh yeah, that's a great game.
Very good iPhone games.
Oh yeah.
And Andreas Illiger, the one who made Tiny Wings, was doing everything by himself, the sound effects and also the music. And I really wish I had the talent to be musically creative, but I'm really not musically creative at all.
Yeah.
I wish I was, because then I could say everything. I did everything about the game, which I now can't. But that's also...
Lorraine is saying that you're so musical and you're a good singer and you have an incredible ear.
Yeah, when I hear music, I know how to put it in the game, but I couldn't think of anything. So if I made up a melody, that wouldn't be catchy. That wouldn't be good. So I'm very pleased to work with her.
How did you two find each other?
That was when I watched Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah, I saw a clip of that.
Mm-hmm. That was, I think, 10 years ago or so, or even longer ago. 1 second. I usually watch German TV, of course, but when I saw English TV, I saw her by chance performing her Crumble song, which is probably her signature song.
Okay.
And that was immediately catchy, and I really waited until I had a project that I could ask her to do something with, because this song was, or in general, all her songs were so funny, catchy, but also a tiny bit trashy. Like all of my games are also, they're handmade, they're crafted, and I don't hide that, and she doesn't hide it. And
there's our wonderful Lorraine
perspective. It just fits together so nicely. And I asked her for my first game, which I haven't released until now, or I haven't even announced until now. But I will continue working on it.
I'm excited. Is this for iOS? Mobile devices, or is this another Playdate game that you're talking about?
It's not Playdate. I think it will be available for iOS and maybe Switch. I don't really know yet. I originally wanted to do it for iOS, but it would also feel good on Switch. I don't really know yet.
Right. Do you have any games on Switch or consoles?
Not yet. Mm-hmm.
Not yet. Well, you do. You do have one on console. A very great one. Playdate. Yeah. Oh man, Lorraine, I can't wait to watch this. This looks amazing. Obviously, here in the States, we don't have Britain's Got Talent, but I'm definitely gonna watch this.
That's American Idol, yeah.
Yeah, and
which
Lorraine
is also kind of funny.
Oh yeah, yes. Whoops, those are my emails. Let's get that out of here. Lorraine, tell us in chat what else it is you do. If you is there anything you want to plug in the chat? Obviously, as much as I know about you is the Britain's Got Talent, just from going on your Twitter recently, and obviously the great work that you've done with Philipp. But let us know if you've made if you've worked on other video games or any other projects that you're doing right now in the chat. Feel free to blast us out because I'm going to be digesting as much Lorraine as I possibly can. She is a crumble lady in the chat. So yeah, you found her. Did you just email her? How did you reach out to her?
Yeah, the one game that I haven't announced yet, where I work with her.
Yes, sorry.
It's a musical game, but I have stopped working for it when I got the Kitty Q game, because they were asking for someone to make their game, and so this had a timing issue, but the musical game had no timing issue, so I put that on hold.
Okay.
But I will continue with it now, and I hope I can announce it in like a few weeks or months or so.
Oh, that's great.
And this is really intensely music. I mean, the other ones, she has written just one song, but for that musical, she has written many more songs.
Oh man, I'm excited.
Yeah,
me too. I can't wait.
So I wanted to do that game only with her and with no one else. If she hadn't said yes, I wouldn't have started developing that game, because I wanted someone with exactly this kind of music, because it would fit so nice to the game that I had in mind, from the music perspective, from the humor perspective, and also because she was a solo musician, just like I was a solo indie dev. And you could really hear that in all of her songs and in the mood that her songs transported. And for that game, I asked her, and we developed a storyline together and the songs, and it was really intertwining the art style and the songs, and it developed somehow. And now the songs are finished.
Yeah.
And but the game is not. So I can use the songs as a kind of skeleton to build the game around it, which is pretty great.
So your relationship started with that game, and then in the middle of development, you started this game, or when did you start working on 99 Cents with her?
In the middle of the musical game, I started Kitty Q, and after Kitty Q, I started with 99 Cents.
Okay, got it. And did you guys write that together as well, or were you just like, hey, this is the concept, go run with it and see what you come up with for the main title song? I think the joke, obviously, you probably had to write that out quite extensively, but what about the main theme song that's in the trailer? The one that I can't stop singing.
Yeah, I think the idea was more or less, this is how the game looks, feel free to write a song. So I don't think I had any objections to anything.
Yeah.
Lorraine, correct me if I'm wrong, but the song that she came up with was first try great. So I didn't have to complain about anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, she just has a talent
to
write catchy tunes.
That's awesome.
And she understood what the mood was in the game, and she understood the atmosphere, and it just fit perfectly.
I love it. Let's go into chat. We have a lot of questions and comments in here. First off, Lorraine says the joke came out at 5 a.m. in the morning. I was thinking of that bouncing person all night. I love it. Brains says, and I think I missed your question earlier, Brains. Apologies. You said you have a background in design Is that the day job? Did you go to school for design? Is Brains' question. And then I'll go up and get everybody else's questions.
That's right. Yeah, I studied design. First, I did a bachelor in design and then a master in information design, which sounds a bit more specific, but it means that this is actually less specific.
Yeah.
So it means that I also visited other studies. In my case, it was museology. Is that a word? Where you study how to curate museum exhibitions.
Oh, wow. For real. That is so cool. That's really awesome.
Yeah, I
Museology?
study design, but I'm much better at art. So I love visiting art museums. I know a lot about art, and I know basically nothing about design.
Do you play Animal Crossing?
From time to time.
Do you
on
like the
Nintendo
museum?
DS.
Do you like the museum in Animal
I like
Crossing?
the museum. Yeah.
It's
I
my
find so
favorite.
charming
It's the only reason
that
I play the
real
game.
Images. Mhm.
That's awesome. Brain says, love it. They are a design professor. That's awesome. Diego's saying bye. Thank you, Diego. Thanks for coming by. Let's see. The Cuber wants to know which community games you like. Do you mean by like Playdate games, Cuber? Are you talking about itch.io games or itch.io games? Do you play itch.io games, or is itch.io still relatively new to you, Philip? And Cuber, feel free to correct me on the real question. Playdate games not made by Season 1 devs is what he's asking.
Okay.
Have you gone through, there are a lot of games on itch right now, and they're growing every single day. Have you had a chance to go through any of those yet?
I always love nonograms, and there is this one sketch share solve,
Oh, yeah.
which is also pretty great.
Yep.
And there was one Kururin clone, which was kind of half finished. It was released as a kind of prototype, and I was also a big fan of Kururin on the Game Boy Advance. It's where this bar rotated and you have to get through a maze. That's also pretty great.
Yep.
And yeah, so I've seen a lot of trailers, but I haven't loaded them on my Playdate.
What,
And I'm still playing the
go ahead.
Season 1 games.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah.
they're coming in at a frequency that I have to digest.
Yeah. Every Monday? Are you...
Every Monday, 2 games, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Are you playing a lot of... Do you play a lot of games on your... do you have an iPhone, Android? What do you use for your mobile games?
iPhone.
iPhone. Do you play a lot of games on your iPhone as well, or how often? What's the balance of your playing on all of the consoles that you have and phone?
When I play mostly on Switch, I think.
Oh, nice.
When I play on the iPad, I only play a Monsters Expedition.
okay.
Expedition.
Okay.
I'm nearly finished with 100%. So there are only a few snowmen left, and I don't know what to do with my life if I have them all.
Monsters Expedition.
I either don't know if that point will come in my life. But that's basically the only thing that I play on iPad.
Oh, I need to
And
see
on
this game.
iPhone, yeah, on iPhone I play more of these casual games.
Monsters Expedition. Is this it?
Yeah.
Oh, this looks super cute. So this is highly addictive. This has got you. You're addicted to this game.
It really does feel like, like something Breath of the Wild-ish on iPad.
Oh, it looks gorgeous too. Wow. I gotta check this out. I like the little guy. He looks like he would be good friends with Mr. Bouncy Butt. This looks cool. All right.
Does look a bit like Mr. Bouncy Butt.
Let me go back into chat, and I know we have a lot of other questions. Dan says Monsters Expedition is so good. The Cuber wants to know if you're going to play his Tetris game. He has a Tetris game in the itch store.
What's it called?
I think it's called Playtris or Tetris. What is it? I know that they're... Have you changed the name, Cuber? I forget. I'm going to keep going. We have a lot of itch developers in here right now. A lot of community.
I haven't played it, but I will.
How do you like your Playdate? Is it everything that you expected now that season 1 has been released? Actually, I have a really good question for you. I haven't been following my questions at all, but where is it? Where do you see the Playdate in a few years? And what do you like about it right now? Is there anything that bugs you about it from a developer standpoint? And then after that, where do you see it in a few years? Or where do you want to see it in a few years?
The charming thing about the Playdate is, well, even when I see it just laying there...
show it to me. I have to see it because this is how I get by in my days. Ah, yes. Thank you. I think I can survive for another 10 minutes now.
Yeah, I can just also look at it like a piece of art. It's just so pretty.
Yeah.
How it lays on the table like a coffee table book. Yeah, very nice. And what I find so charming about it is that, for example, when you have a book, you don't expect that the book jumps in your face, because books don't do that. And
they don't. I can confirm.
Yeah, I've never seen it. And when your Playdate shows, where is the camera? When the Playdate shows,
it's right in front of your face. There you go.
No, it's not. On the iPad, it's somewhere either here or here, but I never
Oh,
know.
yeah. Sorry, I forgot that you have two monitors too.
And when it shows there's a new game, then I'm very excited, and it does show it every Monday, I think.
Yep.
And then I open the game, and I don't have to fear, like I would on iPhone, for example, that the game comes at a point where it charges you or it wants your data or something, because you know the Playdate doesn't support that. And when you know it doesn't work, and it doesn't happen. And so the Playdate is a kind of a step back in the medium, where you can just relax on. And this is also how I handle it. I can imagine sitting around with a Playdate with a glass of whiskey,
Yes,
or a glass of red wine.
It's exactly what I was thinking. You just took the words right out of my mouth.
Mm-hmm. And this is nothing that I would do with a Switch, for example. I wouldn't corner in the Switch and pour a glass of red wine. This is just not how the Switch feels. Yeah, the Switch is more like,
I feel you,
Monster Energy.
Yeah.
But not red wine.
I feel bad playing. I think I played the entirety of Breath of the Wild in bed at night because I felt so guilty staying up so late. But I literally played it in my bed at night, and it felt, I don't know. Anyway, continue. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, it happened to me too.
Yeah. What about, where would you like to see the Playdate in a couple years? What is the ideal sort of outcome for you as a developer and as a fan?
That's a good question. I never thought that further than maybe a year or so.
Yeah. Imagine season 2 comes out. I think we can call that a given. Do you hope that the season structure continues as a game maker? Obviously, I don't know if you realize. I don't know if you saw the news of Catalog being announced, which is the curated sort of game store. I don't know if we should call it a store, but a curated app by Panic of games that they like. I don't know. What's the ideal Playdate world for you in a year or two?
For my taste, the seasons could just go on and on. So this is something that I really enjoy. I love surprises.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And for me, it doesn't even have that be that quick of a frequency of 2 games a week. I think that's quite a lot. For the beginning, it's probably fine.
Yeah.
But I don't think I have to have that frequency forever. So 1 game a week would probably be enough for me.
Right.
But just something that you can rely on, when you come. And Monday is a shit day. Let's be honest.
It is a shit day.
And when the Playdate comes and it makes your Monday a better day of the week, yeah, that's something great to rely on.
I love it. I need a quote feature. I'm gonna keep that one for keeps. Monday's a shit day, and the Playdate makes it brighter. I agree with you. There's a lot of people. There's some people that I've seen in Discord and around the internet that aren't really into the season thing. Like if they don't like the games that came out, they want access to the rest. I'm the complete opposite. I'm like, even if I get 2 shit games, for example, which I don't think is ever going to happen, I think they're pretty well curated. They might not be up my favorite games or up my alley, but even if I got 2 games I wasn't in love with, that's the trade-off. I think that I'm with you. Surprises are what I'm like really into about the Playdate. I'm really excited once everyone actually has a Playdate, and whenever season 2 starts, hopefully the Playdate ecosystem can all start together, maybe in season 2, so that there are no spoilers. Everybody is legit surprised on that shit Monday when the games come out. That's kind of my ideal world. Yeah, so that's what I think. All right, let's continue. We are an hour into the show. You're probably going to fall asleep soon. Oh, Lorraine, if you're still here, Lorraine hasn't heard I don't think she's heard the final audio yet. So real quick, I'm going to play the trailer. I think I have that in the opening. Are you still here, Lorraine? If I see that you're still here, I'll play it for you. In the meantime, I'm going to go through my questions, make sure I got everything. We talked about Lorraine. We talked about where you saw to play it. And what about for developers? Is there anything that you want to make easier for developers on Playdate? Anything you want Panic to do, or anything that would make your life easier as a developer?
Oh, sorry, I was distracted. I was trying to figure out what the questions are, but they're too pixely. I can't read it.
Oh, I don't have any. Oh, she wants to hear it out of Philipp's Playdate speaker. Can you play? I haven't heard that. Can you play? I don't know how it's going to translate. Yes, I got the Okay, I'm so sorry, Lorraine. I misread. Thank you, Narthex. Can you play it? Can you play it on your Playdate? I've heard that the Playdate speaker
through the speakers of the Playdate, through the speakers of the iPad, and then through the speakers of your computer. So.
Well, maybe you can just send her your Playdate instead.
I don't even know where the
It's the bounciest butt in the world. It's Bouncy Butt, cracking the stars, cracking a joke. It's the longest joke in the world.
Ooh, go back. Put it back on the. There you go.
Of course it is. Only 99 cents on Playdate. Crack the stars.
It sounds good. It actually sounds pretty well.
It sounds good, yeah.
I don't have the Playdate, but I just keep reading over and over that the speakers are astonishingly very, very nice. It's one pleasant surprise when you boot it up. Do you agree, Philip? Is the speaker to your liking?
I think the speakers are as I would expect them. I'm
Nice.
really not a sound expert.
Yeah, works for you, works for me.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go into, if you have any questions, anyone, I'm going to start wrapping up. Any questions for Philip, put them in the chat and I will read them. The joke is spoken / sang during the game, Yoshimi. So once you get past the song, when you boot up your Playdate, the minute you move the crank, the joke starts. So once you can keep him bouncing and getting those stars, the joke will continue. If you let him fall, the song starts again. It's a very beautiful transition, by the way. Let's talk about... go ahead.
The joke is also spoken by Lorraine.
Yes.
So she sings and she also speaks.
Exactly.
And she has spoken every word, every line of the joke in many versions. So it sounds like she would tell the joke again and again, and it doesn't sound like she like it would be a game. And
so you have multiple
like
audio
really narrate
files
it in real time. Yeah.
Okay. So am I understanding correctly that you have multiple versions of the joke being told, so it's not monotonous?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome. I haven't noticed that. I've played, so I only have the simulator. I'm in group 2, so probably not getting my Playdate till like June-ish, hopefully. I've been playing your game with my Switch Pro controller, and if I let go of the D-pad, the crank resets, like just goes. But
okay.
I've managed to get pretty far, so I'm still enjoying myself. Let's talk about the future of Playdate and you. Please tell me you're going to keep developing Playdate games, and what are your thoughts? Let's start there. What are your thoughts about you and the future of Playdate?
If I have an idea, and I'm always thinking of new ideas, one of my favorite games is VVVVVV, and something like, I think they just call it 6 times the letter V or something like that.
Okay.
And this would work brilliantly on Playdate. So I think of something, jump and run-ish platformer, something like this. Maybe where you control the gravity or something with a crank. But I haven't come to something that's really playable yet. But I continue thinking, drawing, coding, and I hope something comes up. But if I promise something, I can't promise it will be great.
Yeah. Is this VVV?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is kind of it reminds me of is it Seesaw? That game that you...
Yeah, Seesaw is pretty much inspired by that.
Oh, that's awesome. I really want to play Seesaw. I haven't played that yet. He has a game. It was in the trailer that I made for you, but I had to cut it because your opening trailer I made ended up being like 15 minutes long. Awesome. So right now you're not actively developing anything, but you are thinking of ideas, and when you do think of an idea, you have no issue developing for Playdate again.
I really have to say, I mean, the Playdate is a developer console. I can imagine, like you teach kids or you teach it at universities, that they develop for Playdate. But developing for Playdate was one of the most enjoyable developments of all of my games. It was just fun. It was just plain
that's awesome.
fun.
That's awesome to hear. That's so great. Well, I'm super excited that you had such a great experience doing it. On behalf of me and all the other fans, please keep making Playdate games, especially after going through your whole library. I am in love with your games, in love with your creativity. Please continue from all of the Playdate fans to you.
Thank you. And
let me check and see if I got all my questions in. any helpful advice, anything that sticks out in your mind that you want to give advice to the other developers that are in the chat? Other people that might be starting their first Playdate game? Any resources that you used, or any sort of advice you can give for that?
I haven't used any resources really, but the community is awesome. It's a really great community. The Playdate one on Discord or Twitter or wherever you might find them. Super helpful. They share their prototypes, they share their insights, and I think getting into Playdate development is one of the friendliest that you can think of.
Yeah.
I mean, other communities are huge. When you want to get into Unity development, the community is just overwhelmingly great and grand, and you find so many features, and you find twice as many bugs. And the features of the Playdate are just overseeable, and for every feature you find a thread or an idea or a solution or an opinion, and you just know the people because there aren't so many.
Yeah.
And as long as that's the case, there's just a super friendly atmosphere, and that's just a very warm welcome for anyone who wants to get into development.
I agree. That's one thing I'm getting out of this community as well, is that I also like how close together everyone's sort of on the same page, even if you are a developer, even if you work for Panic, and if you're a fan, everyone's sort of, at least in the Discord and on Twitter, everybody's talking with everybody. There's not like a massive degree of separation from even Panic themselves to the developers to the fans. Everybody's in the same spot, sharing the love, because everybody is really into the device. And I think just the brand of Playdate alone and what it sells is, friendly and full of love and happiness. So I agree with you. I'm going to check chat one last time if anybody has any questions for Philipp before we let him go. And then after I let him go, I'm going to show you all his Zelda video that I'm obsessed with, that I laughed out so hard on. You saw a piece of it in his trailer, but I would love to watch that with you all, because it's genius, even though it's 12, 14, 15 years old or something. All right, let me see if there's any questions. Would you ever port any of your games to Playdate? No. And why is that?
I don't do ports. I don't do part 2s because I don't do compromises.
Yeah.
When I do something, I react to the medium, and this medium is just completely different from your iPhone. It has another screen, it has another input, it even has another emotion. Like I am much closer to my iPhone or Android phone than I am to a thing that I just use for playing.
Mm-hmm. Right. How did it feel to be actually working with buttons this time around? And by buttons, I mean something physical. Actually, you didn't work with buttons. You worked with the crank. But I'm sure that was a refreshing change for you, coming from the smartphone world.
Yeah, there were so many points in smartphone development where I thought, oh God, I wish so desperately for a button, and then I have buttons and I don't use them. Well,
yeah.
But
you're using the other thing that sticks out. Nice. Brains has a question. Thoughts behind the Plant a Tree promotion? Yeah, we didn't talk about that. Mm-hmm. Just Earth Day inspired, or something more behind that?
No, it was pure random that it was on Earth Day. It was just that I actually wanted to donate everything, but German tax wouldn't allow it, so I wasn't allowed to just put the IBAN of whatever. It doesn't even have to be trees. I also
Right.
thought about cancer research or something like that.
Nice.
But it just had to go through my own account, and then I had to give it to someone else. So I chose the trees because that's just something you can imagine. So you can
Right.
imagine that if I buy it and then someone puts a tree somewhere, and this is much more graspable for your mind.
Right.
And in the end, it's around the same. So a tree is around 50 cents, or ranging from 10 cents to $10.
Yep.
So it's around the same.
Right. I was thinking about this the other day. I was imagining, there's a forest somewhere. The 99, a joke that's worth 99 cents forest. Like, all these trees are probably going to be planted together. How cool would that be to go visit, like, your forest?
That would be so cool.
Named after your game.
I want to have the tiny butt bouncing person, like you would do a branding to a cow, and then brand him into every single one of my trees.
In a non-obtrusive way, of course, that doesn't hurt the tree.
Of course.
Yes, but yes, that would be amazing. I love that. I really love the thought of thinking about there's a forest somewhere because of this game. Let's see. Wallace says, will Philipp continue to create for Playdate? We just talked about that, Wallace. He will when the inspiration strikes. He doesn't have anything at the moment. He is also working on other games at the moment, but I think we're going to see Philipp in the future, I hope. Does Philipp have an itch.io page? Yes, we just linked it. Thank you, Cuber. Philipp, are you in the Playdate Squad Discord server?
Yes, I am, but I'm anything but active on Discord.
Yeah. You're busy working, busy making games?
Not even that much, but
yeah.
I don't have the feeling that Discord is great from a user interface perspective.
Yeah.
I always don't know, does someone hear me? Does someone see my screen? I don't know. It's just a symbol anywhere at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
I click anywhere and it copies it instead of opening a menu or something. I don't know on which channel I am.
Discord hasn't treated you right yet, basically.
An old man talking about tech.
Exactly. I don't even think he knows his Discord username, Yoshimi. They're asking what your Discord username is.
It's something with Kamibox.
Yeah, just start texting random.
PH.
Yeah, start texting random Kamiboxes until somebody replies. All right, I'm gonna let you go, Philipp. Thank you so much for being here. We already went almost 30 minutes over. I really appreciate you staying up. I really appreciate you coming by to the second episode of our show. Please keep making games from Playdate. We love you. We love your game. Lorraine, thank you for stopping by as well. Lots of love from the UK. Lots of love from the US back. And everybody else that's in this chat right now. I'll let you go, Philipp. Anything else you want to say before you go?
Anything I want to say? No. It was a pleasure. It really was.
It was. All right. Well, thank you. I'm now going to play your Zelda video. What is the story behind this Zelda video? Where did it come from?
It was a time when Nintendo started pushing out all these casual games like Dr. Kawashima's brain training,
Yep.
and also started implementing the easy modes, like in like in Mario when you couldn't die or something like that.
Right.
And I reacted on that with the Zelda Casual Edition.
Yeah, I hate the easy modes. I really hate them. So yeah, we're gonna watch a video that Philipp made, I think, before he was even making games. Possibly, I'm gonna make this up, 14 years ago, back when he made fun gaming videos, and it's the Legend of Zelda, like super casual edition. I'll let the video do the talking, but thank you again, Philip. I'm letting you go now.
Thank you.
I'm gonna close Zoom. We love you. Thank you, and we'll see you out there. Not on Discord, but we'll see you. We'll see you on Twitter.
You find me on Discord. I will answer, but it will take weeks probably.
It's okay. I'm gonna link your Twitter in the chat right now. Twitter.com/Kamibox_PH, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boom. All right. Follow Philip there. He's pretty active on Twitter, posting games that he's enjoying, and we can see news from him in the future. All right. I'm going to let you go. I'm closing Zoom. Thank you again. Have a good day, Philip.
You too.
See ya. Have a good sleep. Have a good sleep. Good night.
Yes, I will.
See ya. All right. That was awesome. Hey, there's my desktop. Check that out. Isn't technology amazing? Wow, it's just us now. It feels weird being just us. It feels weird being alone. Let's watch this video. This video, I was laughing my arse off when I was researching him. And it really was such a pleasure to discover that, you know, he's a gamer first. You don't often see that from like developers, like their old past. I know a lot of us in here, we're all sort of quote unquote internet nerds. We all probably have really old YouTube videos we've posted and of stuff we've liked when we're kids, and I really appreciate that this stuff is still around from him, and it's really good. Like, it still holds up. All right, I'm gonna stop talking and bring it up. Let's pause the music. Let's go to YouTube. How's everybody doing? Did everybody have a good time during that? I had a blast. What a nice guy. I can't wait to also go through all those games that he talked about so we can go into his brain a little more. I want to check out that iPad game. I want to check out VVVVVVV. All that cool stuff. All right, let me pull up the Firefox window here. It did not show up. Let's go to this. That is old. Let's get rid of that. Let's go here. Firefox. Show me this. Boom! All right. Let's do this. You guys can see a random weird arse algorithm videos that are being recommended to me. We got Simon I'm Out. Oh, look. Now that we watched Lorraine on Britain's Got Talent, we're getting some of that. Got a little Playdate in here. It's not even my Playdate account. All right. Let's do this. Philipp Stollenmayer. I never said his last name. I blew it. All right. Where is this wonderful, wonderful video? It is a delight. Copyright Narthex. Uh-oh, where is it? Okay, here it is. The Legend of Kashwelda. Hold on, let me read chat before we jump into this. VVVVVVVOST is nothing but bangers. By the way, speaking of music bangers, Narthex in the chat, everybody, does video game music drum streams where he improv drums to any request that you guys give him live. So whenever he is streaming, you could just jump into chat, throw a game in there, and he has to drum to it. And it's a real good time. So check him out. All right, here it is. Without further ado, the Legend of Kashwelda. After this ad. Destroy All Humans 2. Here we go. Wait. Hold on. It was made in 2009. And I think still holds up to this day. Lipstick and blood type. Press A to save friends. Wait a few seconds to save princess. Oh man, that is fantastic. Oh my gosh, yeah, The Legend of Zelda in a nutshell. That was good. Yeah, that was some Chuck. Ooh, what is this? Just some Randy Donkey Kong Country Returns now. Ooh, all right. Well, how much time do we have? We have about 30 minutes. So let's get into some news. Let me move this over here. Move that there. Let me get into this mode. All right, pulling up my notes here. Wow, I'm still blown away by that interview. That was so much fun. All right, well, the playdates are still... Well, let's get some music in here. This is why I was wondering why it was feeling so weird. I hate uncomfortable silence. Let me know if this is too loud. If it is, let me know. All right, well, the Playdate is still shipping. I think, are about at 5,000-ish if I check the shipping thread. I checked the shipping thread before. It looks like we're kind of around 5,000. Brett, thank you for coming. You got to go. I appreciate you being here. Have a good one. Does anybody know what number we are on? Also, I have a question for everyone. This is very serious. Does anybody have an order that's processing or shipping right now? Let me know in the chat if you do. As I wait for that, I'm going to continue. Catalog. We talked about catalog a little bit in the last stream. There's a little news that came out more about catalog, and it was, let me go ahead and pull that up because I don't want to misquote, but we got a little more insight on what catalog could be. I see the chat's updating on my screen, but not in, I haven't bought, Cube, you gotta buy it. What was I talking about? Catalog. Almost lost it. Let me find that tweet because there's a little more insight on what it's about, and that kind of excites me. Playdate catalog, and this is the most that Panic has told us about it since. So let me pull this up on screen. Boom. All right. We announced catalog in our last Playdate update video. It's not ready yet, but the plan is that it is not only to sell curated titles directly on the device, but also provide links to our favorite things sold by creators on other storefronts. So I don't know if anyone else wants to help break that down, because I do understand that they will be selling curated titles on the Playdate, but they will also provide links to favorite things sold by creators. So does that mean that it's also, let's say, for example, the Whitewater, oh my god, I'm blanking on the name. How am I blanking on Whitewater Wipeout t-shirt, for example? Is that what other things mean? How do you guys interpret that? I mean, but in other storefronts. So they could also be talking about itch. I don't quite know how to interpret that, but regardless, it's exciting. Brain says he's interested. Brain says they are interested in how things will be after the first season. Me too. I very much am. Cuber just got to keep making Playdate games, sell them, and earn enough to buy 100% Cuber. Cuber, you make something, I'ma buy it. So anyway, I think that's kind of the biggest news coming from Panic this week. Except there is also a brand new episode of the podcast. Let's take a look. Playdate. And news. Playdate podcast. Oh, what is this? Some games being made for Playdate. I haven't seen this post yet. Oh, look at this. This is brand new. When was this posted? April 28th. That was yesterday. Let's take a look at this. This is pretty cool. They had a really good Twitter thread going on on Twitter. They asked about all the other people that were making games, and so many people replied, and it was really good, really cool to see their all the games that were being developed. There, I've seen some of them, but a lot of people came out of the woodwork. And there were a lot of really nice games that were posted there that I had never seen before. So that was a really cool tweet that Panic sent out. But it looks like they're now publishing some stuff to the web too. So let's take a look at that. It looks like they are also telling you how to sideload, which is great. That information came out once they started shipping. All right, the games. Bloom. We all know about Bloom. We had them on the last show. Sketch, share, solve. Yes, of course. Something we've always... It's great to see Panic posting about these because I'm just used to seeing them in the itch storefront. Something we've always wanted is a nonogram puzzle. I hope I said that right. Nonogram or a nonogram puzzle for Playdate. We really love these. You can even draw and export your own puzzles for your friends. Made by Rebecca Koenig. Name your own price. Very cool. A joke that's worth 99 cents. We know all about that game. There's nothing we can add to this very important video, which you absolutely must watch it now with sound on. Note, for every 99 cents sold, Kamibox will plant one tree via Plant for the Planet. Us will be paying more than 99 cents for this game in the spirit of both admiration and irony. Buy it. So I kind of imagine this post right here is kind of like what catalog might be like. I think that's a fair assessment. Cuber says it's many pesos just to buy the count. Where are you again, Cuber? Dominican Republic? I forget where you are. Along with the shipment. Bomber Panda. Bomber Panda is a bomb-based action puzzler with different power-ups and 31 levels. We don't question why the panda is in those boxes. Made by Rob Seto Patchett. Buy for $2. Yes, I've seen this in Itch's store. Let's take a look. Let's see if they've updated. Look at this art. I love this art. Man, I need to start booting up my simulator. I haven't been able to play too many games on the simulator because I've been working on getting this show off the ground. But I do hope to catch up and play some games with you all sometime soon on the simulator, especially because I'm not going to have my Playdate for a very, very long time. All right, let's get back to it. Where did it go? It's right here. Pocket Planner, there it is. I love the Pocket Planner. Oh man, look at all of this. This is great. We're very excited about the idea of Playdate productivity apps. So Pocket Planner is a dream come true. Make to-do lists, view a calendar, record voice memos, bust this out in a meeting for ultimate success. Made by Camille Pawlowski. Yours for $1. Playdate Studio, of course. And then there's this incredible Playdate Studio by James Daniel. A modern, it's the first time I heard his last name. What's going on in chat? Oh, look, it's Kiki Flipnote. It's so refreshing to see companies support its devs and community like this. 100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Dominican Republic. Well, Qbert, let us know if we can ever help out somehow. And then there's the incredible Playdate Studio, blah, blah, a modern and super polished way to view flip mode animations created on the DSi. Use the crank to scroll through the frames. There are many more Playdate games in development by smart people out there. After Season 1 of our games is fully delivered, we'll have more to say about Catalog, a place to find more Playdate games. Until then, enjoy. Oh, I was right! So this is essentially kind of a mini Catalog preview. They should have posted this on Twitter, this news article. This is pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see this. Anyway, what I was talking about earlier is the podcast. Episode 2 about Whitewater Wipeout. They interviewed Chuhai Labs, which I hope to get on the show very soon. They talk about how they got their hands on Playdate, their epic pitch jam, and how the team came together to create a Zen-like homage to a classic. This episode contains spiders and mild spoilers for Whitewater Wipeout. It's great. Krista Mergen did an amazing job. It's so good. I can't wait. A little insight on this podcast that I discovered is I was in Chuhai Labs Discord the other day. They have a Discord. And one of the developers or producers mentioned that this was recorded a very long time ago before she even worked at the company. So that makes me think that maybe there already are a lot of interviews in the bank that they may have recorded, which I'm so excited for. I want this podcast to come out every week. It's amazing. They do a really, really good job. Yoshimi says, yeah, use an original idea for your next game you can sell on itch. Totally. Sell it and we'll buy it. I'd have to make a game that is not a Tetris clone to be able to safely activate donations. Totally, man. Make your own puzzler. We're here to support you. Do it. It doesn't have to be a puzzler. Whatever. Just, you can make a game with one level in it and say, donate so I can buy a Playdate. As long as there's a level in there that's playable, you got my donation. Okay, let's keep talking podcasts. If you haven't heard already, we did talk about this on the last episode. Newton's Dark Room Play Place, the final episode, came out today. If you haven't listened to it yet, it is amazing. I'm so obsessed with this podcast that
Hi, I'm Talon Stradley, and welcome back.
Hey, I'm so obsessed with this podcast that I played it while I was cramming to finish the animations for these for this show. That's how much I like. Is the music too loud, by the way? Please let me know if the music's too loud. I was so obsessed with this podcast that I had to immediately download it and listen to it. The final episode is the finale, and there are so many twists and turns. I'm in the episode. That's sort of a plus, I guess, if you like my voice. I don't like my voice too much, but maybe you do. I talk a lot about a certain strategy that I use in this episode. Check it out, y'all. Check it out. I've become an EA troll. Electronic Arts? Is that what you're talking about? A little. The music's a little loud. I'm going to turn it down. There we go. Sorry about that. There's like no real way for me to figure out if that's playing correctly. Another cool thing that I'm going to pull up real quick. If you're into this podcast, Talon does a really cool thing for his Patreon. He makes a visual version of the episode. And check this out. I'm just going to quickly scroll through it because he has illustrations of everything that happened that went down. And obviously, it talks a little bit about the design of our Playdate, how it changed, all the things that we win, all the battles we went through. So he is sharing that with his Patreon. So if you were really into the podcast, definitely check that out and have a good time with it. Another cool piece of news. Let's give a little round of applause for Bubs in the Discord. He has really set up the Discord in a way that I think will keep us all together a lot better. I really love that there's community news now, and a way for like even the Discord itself to let us know when things are happening. So one big piece of community news is they were here earlier. I missed the chat, so I might not be able to know how to pronounce the name correctly, but it's Gato, 6ATO. I think it's Gato. The new Playdate Digest issue is coming out. I think they are releasing a teaser today at 5 p.m. EST. I think that time has passed. Where's our teaser? I'm going to text him right now. Did you release the teaser? Want to show it on the show now? I would love to see that teaser. The last zine was really cool. I don't know if you've checked out the zines yet, but they are a delight. So, while I wait for that to come back, let's talk about upcoming games with the time that we have. Last time we talked about Sweet Baby Inc., and we kind of stalked them and went through some Instagram posts that they had about Recommendation Dog and Real Steel. We also got through, let me see here. I'm going to pull up my notes with the other games that we talked about. I don't want to show it on the screen quite yet. Go to Drive. Where's my Google Docs? Here they are. Boom. All right. Last time we talked about Sweet Baby Inc. And I think we got... Ooh, yes, this is some good news. Squid God Dev. Let's talk about Squid God Dev. I love Squid God Dev. Let's go to the right browser so we can see. Let's go to Twitter. Twitter, Squid God Dev. If Squid God Dev is not on your radar, they must be. Not only are they making, Cuber says, every time I start a Playdate or Love 2D game, I don't know where to start. Well, I think you can do it, man. We're rooting for you. You can do it. There's so many concepts that you can. It's just going to come to you one night when you're in bed. That's where Philipp actually gets a lot of his inspiration, I read. When he's just laying in bed, ideas come to him. Let's take actually, here's another. You might get some inspiration from Squid God, because Squid God has his own YouTube series where he is teaching people how to make Playdate games. I know you know how to make Playdate games, Huber, but his videos are so well done, and he's really making a lot of games for beginners and intermediate. A lot of videos, for beginners and intermediate developers. So if you are in the chat and you think you might want to try making YouTube videos, like, you got to check these out because he's doing amazing work. He's also creating a new Tanks game. I don't know how many games Squid God Dev is making, but I've seen so much in the So he's making a game based off Wii Tanks. Did anybody ever play this game? I had this game when I was how long ago? That wasn't too long ago. I had roommates when I had this game, and we would stay up for hours playing this game. We became obsessed with it. So it looks like he started concepting. I don't know if he's just doing it for teaching purposes, but he started developing a more or less port of it, and it looks really exciting to me because I was obsessed with this game. Cuber says he's also making a roguelike. You played it too. Yeah, it is a blast. So anyway, I'm excited for that. Let's keep going down our list. Let's keep going down the list. Where is my list? How much time do we have? We have 9 minutes left. I need to manage my time better. Ooh, James's new game. This I'm very much looking forward to. Let me pull it up so you guys can see it. Boom. Here's a quick test playthrough of a randomly generated first level for NLOOOM. I gotta find out the whole name of this. Night Lurkers of Look at that moon. Look at that moon graphic. Let's take a look at this. Press what thou wilt. Oh yeah, I remember this sprite. I really like this sprite that they're working on. Anyway, I've been keeping my eyes on this. There's a lot of Jameses in our community making really good games. Hey, Narthex. Brain says, would love to see more twin stick style control games on the Playdate. Ooh, can you explain that? Do you mean like using the D-pad and the crank as the twin sticks? Is that what you mean? Me trying to avoid copyright issues. OOM. I lost my train of thought. Anyway, I've been keeping my eye on James here. And I'm excited for more of this to come out. If anyone is a taller way, everybody's moving to Mastodon. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Here's my list that I wanted to get through last time. Antoine Sarrazin. Oh yeah. So there's a rotary phone game that Antoine has been working on. Look at the time look at all of the work they're putting into it. So he's sort of drawing or scanning his own hand and putting that as the sprite to this game that they hope to make from a rotary phone. Here's a GIF for you. I don't quite know what the concept yet is, but the amount of work they're putting into it is very exciting, and it looks crank-based. Look at this cute little art. Bonjour. It must be from France. But this looks awesome. I don't know what's happening, but I'm excited. I'm sure they're explaining it here too. Let's see if there's been any updates. Let's go to the very top. Whoa. Let's go to the very top. Pajama. Hi, Pajama. OM logo looks like a play on the Zork box art. Zork. Oh, yeah. I see that. I don't know Zork. Look at this legendary game. Your greatest challenge lies ahead and downwards. Dang, look at Zork. Did you know that Zork is more than an adventure? I just discovered Zork and I didn't know that. But did you? Personal software. It's almost like From Software. Felicia Day, actress, author, and geek advocate. All right. Where were we? Where's that Zork? There's that Zork logo. Night Lurkers of I love it. Okay. Let's see if there's any updates from Antoine. Stuff Maker, action designer, Ninja Theory. Well, it looks like almost like Astro's Playroom. PP character art by tuned to the 3D model by. Ooh, what is this? Cool portfolio. Give me updates. Sorry, this looks like the latest. From Sims to Animal Crossing. What? From Sims to Animal Crossing. Oh, is that what it's inspired by? Use the crank. This is the first conversation. Hey, it's in English now. That's a plus, at least for me. Um, what is that game about? Yeah, I don't know what that game is about either. Very old text adventure game. I'm so old. Jamma time. Welcome back, Pajama. We have 3 minutes left. Let's keep going. Let's keep geeking out about these games. And this is my list from last episode. I have so many more for this episode that I haven't even got to. Voyage, Zachary Snyder. This game has been in the dev forum since the beginning of time. This again is a week old. Let me see if there's any new updates. Ooh, more and more back-end stuff, but I'm finally getting to the world building. Meet Hira, or Jira, an AI sales giraffe. Would you like to purchase cosmetic things for your ship? Oh, this is great. So if you haven't seen this game before, it's a spaceship game. I know that's not an official... There we go. This is basically the basic feeling. But it looks really in depth, and they've been working on this since the beginning, and I've just seen it improve and improve and improve. The spaceship sprite has been improving. The art is, wow, yeah, this is all new to me. So much new stuff is happening. So I'm really, really excited for this game because so much time has been put into it. You can tell that Zachary really cares and is really pouring. Oh man, look at all this. Look at all this customization. What is this, No Man's Sky for Playdate? Am I right, Pajama? Am I right, Narthex? What's up, Sinuk? Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are checking out Voyager by Zachary Snyder that is in development for the Playdate. All right. Anyway, it's really cool to see this game continue to be amazing. Resolvi Productions. Oh, yes. So this is the first racing game. Never played No Man's Sky. Well, let Pajama Torture tell you about No Man's Sky, Cuber. She hated it real bad and then it cannot put it down. She'll never play another game again. And she'll build you a base on Twitch live. If you follow her and go to her strams, she'll build you a base. Her goal is to build everybody a base in this chat. And that's not too far from the truth. Am I right, Pajama? I think this is going to be our last one we'll take a look at today. Resolvi Productions. They're making, I guess, Playdate's first racing game that I've seen. Working on P Racing, a Mode 7 racing game. And I keep seeing, ooh, look. Oh, no, never mind. Let me see if there's any updates. Yes, so they just added in a spectator camera. And it's so great to see these sort of like little 3D black and white graphics. Look how fast that is. That's so great. That's so nostalgic to me. Just that angle. Very, very nostalgic. All right. Well, this is the end. Let me see who is online. Oh, don't tell me I gotta update my app. Your live channels. There are 20 people in the Playdate category, but I think that's us. Yes, that is us. Dang it. Nobody's playing Playdate right now. I do see Niku. Thank you much for the stream. Thank you, you guys. Cubert, thanks for being here. Pajama, Narthex, I appreciate you. Yoshimi, thank you so much for being here. I do have a lot planned for next week, the week after. I have a couple developers that I'm talking to continue to try and make this show exciting and have interviews continue to pour in. I have two right now. Actually, 3 or 4 but schedules are floating, and it's really hard to lock them down. So I don't have anyone locked down yet, but they are developers that y'all will like. Actually, I can tell you this. Diego from Casual Birder will be one of them. I just don't know if it'll be next week or the week after. I've been talking to Diego. I've been talking to another surprise guest, but because I don't know their schedule, I don't want to say anything yet. So maybe next week will be that. Maybe next week will be Diego. He stopped by earlier. Kleist, thank you for coming. Speaking of Kleist, while we're here, I think we talked about you last episode. You were at the very top of my list. Kleist, this is you, right? You are Visual Other. I'm pretty sure we talked about you a little bit on the last episode, but that episode is lost in time. We lost the VOD, so let's see if there's any updates from you. This is you, right, Kleist? Okay, good. Just double checking. Oh yeah, Kleist did release his Picto game, which I've seen all over the internet, by the way, in articles. Well done. Collection of mini games, I believe, puzzle games. We need to show this to our friend Ook the librarian. He would really like this. But also, I'm talking about upcoming games, and I'm very excited for Moonward. So if you're not following Visual Other / Kleist Visual, please do, because he keeps I keep just defaulting to he. I need to default to they. I don't know anybody's pronouns. I know nobody's pronouns. They have been working on this game for a while, and I'm in love with the art that they make. This sends me to someplace real nice. The nostalgic factor, I don't know what it is. It's like a mixture of nostalgic and modern day. Oh man, this fish gives me like anime vibes. I don't know what it is, but everything they are putting out, I am on board with. So follow Kleist and keep your eye out for Moonward, because they have been working on that in Pulp, I believe. This is Pulp, isn't it, Kleist? Very, very excited. Look at this cute little sprite down here. And this is a machine that you have to operate with the crank. I need to go. Let's raid somebody. I guess we're just going to go ahead and raid Niku, unless, let me see. Let me log into my other. Oh, I shouldn't do that on that screen. Everybody hang on. The whole point of Twitch is to share the love. I just realized we've been talking in silence without game audio without any music for a very long time. And that's awkward. I apologize. I should get better at having music playing in the background. Let me pull up another browser. There it is. Dang it. I don't want that one. Let's pull up this one. Logging into Twitch. And we're going to spread some love. We're going to shower our love on somebody else and make their day a whole lot better.
The dub at the end of the day.
Oh
Actually, let's just send it to Niku. Niku makes real good video game remix music. So let's raid Niku.
Without telling me you don't feel like cooking. 2 pizzas, breads,
here we go.
and wings,
everybody. Thank you. Sorry about this freaking pizza ad going on. Thank you for coming. Goodbye, everybody. See you on episode 3. Say hi to Niku. He makes amazing video game music. He might be playing video games now, or maybe he's making music. Ask to hear some of his Sonic remixes. That'll make him feel good. Goodbye, everybody. Love you all. Bye.